Okay, hello, welcome. Like I promised today, I'm going to walk you through the process of how I made that flyer I posted earlier on this morning. So, with no further ado, let's jump right into the tutorial. First, we go to Photoshop. Let's open our Photoshop. This usually takes a long time to load, but I'll speed up the process. Okay, voila, we are into Photoshop. So, and before I go in, let me just remind you that this is exactly what we want to create to create this flyer. So back into our Photoshop, I'm going to. So the first thing you want to do is to determine the size of your artwork. So you come over here using millimeters, but I would prefer to use inches. So you could say, so because we are designing for Instagram or most social, and we just use a square design. So most people use 1080 by 1080 pixel, but I'm working with inches. So let me just go by 5 by 5 inches. I'm setting the canvas area of my design. So more about this you'll be learning in the bootcamp. So having said that, so I make the resolution 300 pixel per inch, and then leave the color as RGB because we'll be using for screen. So once that is done, I will click create. But on the other hand, I have some saved presets. I have a square preset already. I just use the 7x7. It's pretty much the same thing. So, but instead of using that, let me just use this. But that also work. I'm just showing you that also have a preset. So, okay, now we have a totally blank. We have a very plain white area to work with. And let me just close this. So the first thing is to get our design asset. In the bootcamp session, I'm going to be showing you where to get some quality asset that you can use for your designs. So first, let me just show you I already have my asset downloaded. So I've downloaded this computer and book image, and also I've downloaded this texture background, abstract background. So also in the design bootcamp, I'm going to be revealing to you how to do a creative design thinking, how to mind map your design process. How I came about this is also another topic for another day. So the first thing I want to bring in is the focal point, the focal image actually. So you just drag and drop into. After doing that, click enter. So now, before we go further, let me work a little bit on this, just to position it where I want it to be. I think that's just about where it was. So, and ideally, I'm supposed to trace this out and leave it as a plain, but because I need this shadow, and so I will not trace it out. I'll be doing it a different way. So next thing we want to do is to draw a box. So come to our toolbox here. I just need a box. There I'm going to write my text. So I draw this box. So this box is already white. So, and it has outline. I don't want the outline, so I'll just come over here and select of the outline. So it appears like nothing is there, but something is there. So next thing we want to do is to give it some shadow. When I come to my layers panel here, I come to effects and I click effects. I see drop shadow. So the drop shadow pops up. So the shadow is too sharp, so I want something a little bit more subtle. So I want it to go that degree. So it's too sharp. I will reduce the size to about 24. Then the spread to about to about 8. No, I think I should bump it to about 13. Then distance is fine at 29. I think the size. So I think what I need to do now is to reduce the opacity because it's looking too sharp. So reduce the opacity to about 22. I think that works. That works for me. So once I'm happy, click OK, and as you can see, we have the shadow added. So the next thing I want to do is to put in my quotes. I'll need to draw a text area where I can put in my quote. So a dummy text. So let's change the dummy text to black. Actually, come over here. So that's a dummy text. But so the next thing I want to do is to grab my quote and copy it and paste it. So I come over here, click, grab my quote, and paste it. Oops, looks very small. So I'm going to increase it to 12 again. No, I think 12 is one small. So I'll change the font Quincy regular, and then change the formatting to the auto, and then I think the font should be around 16. Yeah, so that's fine. That's fantastic. No, I think 14 should be around 14. Wow, I'm happy with that. So reduce the text area a bit, then drag it into position. And when I'm done, Control Enter, ruler. That's it. So the next thing is our the author of the quote. Put that right on that day. So I'm gonna expand this a little bit because I felt it's a little bit out of line. So let me just keep this together and kind of position it well. So the next thing I want to do is to drag my quotes a little bit out of the edge and put it in a more comfortable place. Right. So the next thing I want to do, I want to grab. So the next thing I want to add is the pattern. So I drag and drop the pattern. So now interestingly, so I'll just resize till I'm satisfied. I think I'm satisfied with that. Click Enter. So now I'm going to take this to the bottom layer. So Control Shift and the curly sign will take me to the bottom layer. So now I have it at the bottom. So but there's still no blending to this design. So next thing I want to do is to blend. Now let's blend. So I'll grab my brush tool, B to bring my brush tool. Then the next thing I want to do is to select this layer, rasterize it, rasterize layer. All these techniques are what I'm going to be showing you, but in the bootcamp. So like I told you, I don't want to trace out this image. So but I just want to blend it into the background because I need those shadow effects. So what I'm going to do is to add a layer mask, ensure it has a layer mask, then fade it a bit, then a bit more till I'm happy. Then I do the same thing with the top and also here too, just to kind of pull in the background a bit. So I'm we're still in the blending process. So the next thing is to blend this pattern too, and also reduce the opacity. So I go to my gradient tool, kind of drag, just drag, very easy, easily done. So once I drag, you can see, you cannot see, it's blending, it's having a, you see, if I go over, you see what this tool is actually doing. It's actually helping me to blend my image, and the actual term for that is that I'm trying to bring the actual term for that is that I'm trying to apply layer mask. So I'm trying to mask off some part of that image so that I can conceal what I really don't need. So, but I don't need that much. I just only need to. So I'm going to undo. I'm going to take back some steps. So after doing that, then I'll click on that, then reduce the opacity to about 50%. I think 49 works. So after doing that, then I want to duplicate this layer. I hold my Alt key, then click and drag. So when I take it up, I'm trying to duplicate it at the top. So the next thing I want to do, Ctrl T, make it flip it horizontally. You can see I'm doing this pretty fast. It's just because I don't want this video to be long, but in the class I'll take my time to explain why I'm doing each of this process. So like I said, like I told you, this is just a teaser of what to expect. So I haven't done that. I think I still need to blend a little more to review. So I think I'm quite happy with this. So the next thing is to bring in the design. So I already made this a PNG already. I already made this a PNG image, just pasting on the design eye. So because of time, I will not be able to show you how I actually designed this from scratch. So I already made that out. So this is exactly what was designed in the morning. So that's how to export. And so since I already have this saved, so after doing that, you should have your design ready in whatever format. So thanks for today. I have fulfilled the promise for today. So that's it